Jonathan Lee Riches investigates. Let's talk about Bryan Kohberger's cell phone pings. The affidavit of probable cause is out. The affidavit is released to the public. Bryan Kohberger, authorities are claiming his cell phone was pinged south of Moscow around Genesee, Idaho, between 4:50 a.m. and 5:20 a.m. I want to show you a part of the affidavit. I've been dissecting it, posting videos on key points about it. Look at this. This is an interesting key piece of evidence on the affidavit of probable cause against Bryan Kohberger. The 8458 phone does not report to the network again until approximately 4:48 a.m., in which time it utilized cellular resources that provide coverage to Idaho State Highway 95 south of Moscow near Blaine, Idaho, north of Genesee. Between 4:50 a.m. and 5:26 a.m., the phone utilizes cellular resources that are consistent with the 8458 phone traveling south on Idaho State Highway 95 to Genesee, Idaho, then traveling west towards Uniontown, Idaho. It's actually Uniontown, Washington, and then north back to Pullman, Washington. At approximately 5:30, the 8458 phone is utilizing resources that provide coverage to Pullman, Washington, and consistent with the phone traveling back to Kohberger's residence. So it looks like he went south. And during the time of these murders, he had it off or had it on airplane mode or something, and it turned back on that they noticed, authorities, around 4:50 a.m., where it was seen around Genesee. I'm going to show you a map of the area there. And then I'm going to show you the map of the area and show you how far or close it is to Moscow, Idaho. So around 4:50 a.m. to 5:20 a.m. on 11/13/2022, Bryan Kohberger's cell phone was pinged around this area. It is Genesee, just south of Moscow, probably, like a 20-minute south of Moscow. And then it pinged going towards Uniontown, Washington. So somehow it didn't start the phone. He might have had his phone off or had it on airplane mode, because they started pinging it around 4:50 a.m. in this area. And then it went over to here, Uniontown. You can see, then you would take 195 back to Pullman. And sometime before 6 a.m., it was pinged again in Pullman, Washington. So it looks like he took this type of route back to Pullman, where he lives in an apartment there. He lives in the Steptoe Apartments. Somehow he made it down here, Genesee, Idaho, around 4:50 to 5:20 a.m., most likely turned 95 south onto this road here. What is the name of this road? Uniontown Road. Looks like he went that route. So it's quite possible Bryan Kohberger turned his phone off some way so he couldn't be detected, maybe airplane mode, and then once he felt like he was safe out of the area to the south, then he turned it on, and that allowed authorities to be able to ping it. Digital evidence always catches people. The digital evidence. I made a video about cell towers in that area. It got a lot of views, this one. It's worth looking at again because it shares about the cellular networks in that area. AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile. Might be others, but those are the main three big ones. But Bryan Kohberger, digital evidence, phone, pings. I'm sure that is going to be part of his court proceedings and the evidence against him if he goes to trial. Subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button. I am covering this case. I've been breaking down the affidavit quick and easy, key points of it. So go down my videos, scroll down my videos and see all the videos I've been posting about this Moscow tragedy. I've been covering this case from the beginning, and I will cover this case through its entirety during the court proceedings. We'll see what happens. Everyone be safe. God bless. Justice for the victims and their family.